The world is a stage, gentlemen, and we are all actors. But some of us choose to stand apart from the chorus, to dance to the beat of our own drum. These are the Sigma males, the lone wolves who walk their own path. Often misunderstood, frequently underestimated, they are driven by an inner fire that sets them apart. Today, we will delve into the heart of what makes the Sigma male tick, exploring the reasons behind their apparent aloofness and the unique strengths they bring to the world. Sigma males are often characterized by their independence, their self-reliance, and their unwavering focus on personal goals. They are not swayed by the whims of the crowd, nor are they bound by societal expectations. This independent spirit, while admirable, can sometimes lead to misunderstandings. People may misinterpret their self-imposed solitude as arrogance or disinterest. However, the truth is far more nuanced. Sigma males aren't antisocial. They simply choose their associations carefully, prioritizing depth over breadth. They are not afraid of solitude, for it is in these moments of quiet contemplation that they connect most deeply with themselves and their purpose. Independence, gentlemen, is not merely a state of being, it's a conscious choice, a commitment to self-reliance and personal responsibility. Sigma males understand this implicitly. They have built their lives brick by painstaking brick on a foundation of autonomy. They are the architects of their own fate, the captains of their own souls. This fierce independence permeates every aspect of their lives, from their careers to their relationships. They are not afraid to walk alone, to forge their own path through the wilderness. They do not seek validation from external sources, for their sense of self-worth comes from within. This self-reliance can sometimes be misconstrued as aloofness or disinterest, but it is simply a manifestation of their deep-seated need for autonomy. They are not cold, they are self-contained, a fortress built to withstand the storms of life. This independence, however, comes at a price. The Sigma male's unwavering commitment to his own path can sometimes lead to isolation. He may find it difficult to relate to those who are content to follow the well-trodden path, who are uncomfortable with the solitude he finds so essential. This can lead to misunderstandings, to accusations of arrogance or indifference. But the Sigma male is not indifferent. He feels deeply, cares profoundly, but he expresses these emotions on his own terms, in his own time. He is not bound by the social conventions that dictate when and how emotions should be displayed. He is a creature of his own making, answerable only to himself and the values he holds dear. The Sigma male is driven by a profound sense of purpose. He has a vision for his life, a goal that he pursues with unwavering focus and determination. This laser-like focus can sometimes lead him to prioritize his pursuits above all else, including social interaction. He is not being deliberately antisocial. He is simply prioritizing his goals, understanding that time is a finite resource. This intense focus can be both a blessing and a curse. It is the driving force behind his accomplishments, the engine that propels him towards his ambitions. But it can also lead him to neglect his social needs, to inadvertently push away those who seek his attention. He may appear distant, even aloof, but this is merely a byproduct of his dedication to his craft, his unwavering commitment to his vision. The Sigma male understands that the path to success is often a solitary one. He is willing to endure long hours of solitude, to forego the fleeting pleasures of social interaction in pursuit of his goals. This single-mindedness can be intimidating to some, inspiring to others. However, it is important to remember that the Sigma male is not devoid of emotions. He is not a robot programmed solely for achievement. He experiences the full spectrum of human emotions, but he chooses to channel them into his pursuits, to use them as fuel for his journey. Solitude, gentlemen, is not a punishment, it is a privilege. It is in the quiet moments, away from the clamor of the crowd, that we truly connect with ourselves. The Sigma male understands this implicitly. He seeks solitude not out of misanthropy, but out of a deep-seated need to recharge, to reconnect with his inner compass. In the silence he finds clarity. In the stillness he discovers his strength. Solitude is his sanctuary, a place where he can shed the masks of social convention and simply be. It is here, in the depths of his own company, that he finds the peace and tranquility that elude him in the chaotic world outside. This need for solitude, however, can be misconstrued. Others may see it as a sign of aloofness, a rejection of their company. But the Sigma male is not rejecting anyone. He is simply honoring his own needs. He understands that to be the best version of himself, to bring his unique gifts to the world, he must first tend to his own inner garden. He is like a deep well, brimming with wisdom and insight. But to access those depths, one must be willing to sit in quiet contemplation, to patiently wait for the waters to settle. Only then can one truly appreciate the richness and complexity that lies beneath the surface. The Sigma male is not a social butterfly, flitting from one interaction to the next. He is more akin to a wolf, carefully choosing his pack, surrounding himself with those who share his values and respect his boundaries. He values quality over quantity, depth over superficiality. He is not interested in small talk or idle gossip. He craves authentic connection, conversations that challenge his mind and stimulate his soul. He seeks out individuals who are comfortable with silence, who understand that true intimacy lies not in constant chatter, but in the shared moments of quiet understanding. This selectivity in his social interactions can sometimes be misinterpreted as arrogance or disinterest. But the Sigma male is not rejecting anyone. He is simply being discerning. He understands that his time and energy are precious resources, and he chooses to invest them wisely. He is not afraid to walk away from relationships that no longer serve him, from interactions that drain his energy. He understands that saying no is a form of self-respect, a way of honoring his own needs and priorities. He is not beholden to anyone, and he expects the same level of respect and autonomy from those he allows into his inner circle. Life, gentlemen, is complex enough without the added burden of unnecessary drama. The Sigma male understands this implicitly. He has no patience for pettiness, for gossip, for the endless cycle of conflict that seems to plague so many social interactions. He values peace, both internal and external, and he avoids drama like the plague. This aversion to drama is not a sign of weakness, it is a sign of strength. It takes courage to walk away from conflict, to refuse to engage in the petty squabbles that consume so much time and energy. The Sigma male would rather invest his energy in pursuits that are meaningful, in relationships that are mutually beneficial. He understands that drama is often a distraction, a way of avoiding the real issues that need to be addressed. He prefers to confront challenges head-on, to communicate his needs directly, and to resolve conflicts swiftly and efficiently. He has no time for games or manipulations. He values authenticity and transparency above all else. This directness can sometimes be perceived as bluntness, but it is simply the Sigma male's way of cutting through the noise, of getting to the heart of the matter. He's not interested in sugarcoating the truth or tiptoeing around feelings. He prefers honesty, even if it is uncomfortable in the moment. The Sigma male is defined by his self-sufficiency. He is a man of action, capable of handling his own affairs, of solving his own problems. He takes pride in his ability to provide for himself, to rely on his own resources, and to carve his own path through the world. This self-reliance is not born out of arrogance, but out of necessity. The Sigma male has often learned through experience that he can only truly rely on himself. He has seen the fickle nature of fate, the fragility of human promises, and he understands that true security comes from within. This self-sufficiency can sometimes manifest as a reluctance to ask for help, even when it is needed. The Sigma male may struggle to admit vulnerability, to acknowledge his own limitations. He may push himself to the brink of exhaustion, believing that he must shoulder every burden alone. While his independence is admirable, it is important for the Sigma male to remember that even the strongest oak needs the support of the forest. Asking for help is not a sign of weakness, it is a sign of wisdom. It is a recognition that we are all interconnected, that we cannot truly thrive in isolation. The Sigma male is often an introvert by nature. He draws his energy from within, from the quiet contemplation and self-reflection that nourish his soul. He is comfortable in his own company, finding solace in solitude, and often prefers the company of a few close confidants to the clamor of a crowd. This introversion is not a flaw, it is a fundamental aspect of his being. It is the source of his creativity, his depth, his ability to see the world from a unique perspective. The Sigma male understands that to truly connect with others, he must first connect with himself. However, his introverted nature can sometimes lead to misunderstandings. Others may misinterpret his quiet demeanor as aloofness or disinterest, failing to recognize the rich inner world that lies beneath the surface. The Sigma male may struggle to express his emotions openly, to articulate the complex thoughts and feelings that swirl within him. It is important for the Sigma male to find healthy outlets for his introversion, whether it be through writing, art, music, or simply spending time in nature. By honoring his introverted nature, by creating space for solitude and reflection, the Sigma male can tap into his full potential and share his unique gifts with the world. The Sigma male marches to the beat of his own drum. He is not swayed by the latest trends or the opinions of the masses. He has a strong internal compass that guides his decisions, a set of values that dictates his actions. This unwavering sense of self can sometimes lead him down unconventional paths that may not be understood or appreciated by others. His priorities are often different from those of the mainstream. He may prioritize personal growth over material possessions, intellectual stimulation over social status, or creative expression over financial gain. These unconventional priorities can sometimes lead to friction with those who subscribe to more traditional values. The Sigma male may find himself questioning societal norms, challenging the status quo, and forging his own path. This can be both exhilarating and isolating. He may encounter resistance from those who are threatened by his independent spirit, who fear his willingness to question the established order. However, it is this very nonconformity that makes the Sigma male so compelling. He is not afraid to be different, to stand out from the crowd, to embrace his own unique perspective. He understands that true fulfillment comes not from fitting in, but from standing out, from being true to oneself, no matter the cost. The Sigma male does not readily offer his trust. He has often learned through experience that not everyone deserves access to his inner world, to his vulnerabilities. He has seen the best and worst of humanity, and he understands that trust is a precious commodity, not to be given lightly. This cautious approach to relationships can sometimes be misconstrued as coldness or aloofness. People may mistake his reserve for arrogance, his silence for indifference. But the Sigma male is not being intentionally distant. He is simply protecting himself, guarding his heart against potential pain. He has often been burned in the past, betrayed by those he thought he could trust. These experiences have left their mark, shaping his worldview, making him wary of opening up too quickly. He would rather observe from a distance, take his time to assess character before allowing someone into his inner circle. This mistrust, however, can become a self-fulfilling prophecy. By shielding himself so fiercely, the Sigma male may inadvertently push away those who genuinely seek connection. It is a delicate balance, this dance between protecting oneself and allowing oneself to be vulnerable. The Sigma male is a nonconformist by nature. He does not blindly follow the crowd, does not subscribe to societal expectations that do not align with his values. He is a free thinker, an independent spirit who carves his own path through the world. This nonconformity is not a rebellion for the sake of rebellion, it is an authentic expression of his individuality. He is not afraid to challenge the status quo, to question authority, to stand up for what he believes in, even when it is unpopular. He is driven by a deep-seated sense of integrity, a need to live in alignment with his values, even if it means standing alone. This unwavering commitment to his own truth can sometimes lead to friction with those who are more comfortable with conformity. He may be misunderstood, labeled as difficult or rebellious. but he refuses to compromise his integrity for the sake of social acceptance. The Sigma male understands that true strength lies not in fitting in, but in standing out and embracing one's uniqueness, in being true to oneself, no matter the cost. He is a beacon of individuality in a world that often tries to homogenize, a reminder that it is okay to be different, to forge your own path, to dance to the beat of your own drum. The Sigma male is a complex creature, often misunderstood but deeply fascinating. His apparent aloofness is not a sign of disinterest, but rather a reflection of his self-reliance, his focus, and his need for solitude. He is a lone wolf, comfortable in his own skin, content to walk his own path. Understanding the Sigma male requires patience, empathy, and a willingness to look beyond surface appearances. It requires appreciating his need for independence, respecting his boundaries, and valuing his unique perspective. The world needs his strength, his vision, and his unwavering commitment to his own truth. So the next time you encounter a Sigma male, remember that his silence is not emptiness, his solitude is not loneliness. It is in these moments of quiet reflection that he connects most deeply with himself and the world around him. He is the lone wolf, howling at the moon, reminding us all of the power and importance of individuality.